Well, a very good afternoon, as it is now, to you all. Welcome to this longer length episode than normal. And today we are having a throwback to last weekend, as I record this bit, of Saturday the 11th of March, where we had our Addington Ringers and Friends outing to Cheltenham, organised expertly by one of the ex-Addington Ringers who now lives in the Cheltenham area. We rang at 5 towers. We rang at Elkstone, Warden Hill, Cheltenham St Mark, Didbrook, and finally Stanway. Mixture of towers, 2 6s, an 8 and 2 5s, so various methods were involved. Let's see what happened at the first tower, at Elkstone, which is actually not really even in Cheltenham itself. It was a good 15-20 minute drive to it from the hotel where we were staying. Anyway, Elkstone is about a 900 weight ring of 6 in G, if I remember correctly. It'll be on the details in the screen anyway. And they were probably the most tuneful ring on the day. And at this tower we hear all 6 being rung down in peal, with me on the treble.
So you go to
Look 2!
Yeah, she's on the phone.
Treble's going. She's gone. Downwards! After 3 miss and catching rounds. 1, 2, 3, misses 1, and catch. Oh, not bad. Well, they didn't sound too bad, did they? Quite a delightful ring. Treble sounded nice. That was the newest bell. It was a Whitechapel bell of, I think it was the 80s or maybe early 2000s, I can't really remember. But they're a delightful little 6. Well, let's move on to the second tower, shall we? At Warden Hill, the lightest ring to exist in a tower that is not a mini ring. It is not a mini ring, they were obsessed with saying. These are also known as the bicycle ring and are tiny little things, and they actually have a system installed in the ringing chamber where there is a second set of pulleys for each bell, which allows the rope to be rung at a more held at a more suitable height. However, for the treble, this didn't last long. Take a look. Tiny little things, like I said, tiny little things. Even though it wasn't in the video, the treble second pulley box did actually break. The rope must have just been a bit too forceful for it, so it didn't last long. What can you do, really? We had a 3-tower morning. Normally when I do outings myself, I normally do a 2-tower morning and a 3-tower afternoon. But this time we had 3 towers in the morning, and for our 3rd tower we rang at the only 8 on the day at Cheltenham, St Mark's in Cheltenham, which have quite a boomy ring of 8, 1600 weight in F. Not the most tuneful, but certainly more tuneful than other 8s out there. They're in a really grand building. It's a massive place, St Mark's. And at this tower we rang a touch of Grants triples, 2 bob courses, amongst other things, but this is what we have at this tower, and let's see how that went down. Very good, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
Well, after our third tower, we had a hearty lunch at the Corner Cupboard Inn, just outside of Cheltenham, in a place called Winchcombe, which also has a ring of bells itself. I think a ring of either 6 or 8, but that wasn't a stop on the tour. Instead, we moved even further outside Cheltenham to the first of 2 ring of 5s on the day, and the first was at a place called Didbrook. Now, Didbrook's tower, it looks a little bit like West Wickham's. Not the same colour, but the same structure. So that was a bit interesting to note. And they were probably the most just odd ring of 5 on the day. They are anti-clockwise, which means the ropes, the bells are hung so that when you ring them, you actually look to your left instead of to your right. And also, they are ground floor, and all 4 ropes except the tenor. There are 4 ropes in a row. The treble, 2, 3 and 4 are practically in a straight line, and the tenor is on its own on the other side of the ringing chamber. Let's see how we got on at Didbrook. This tower, well, I hate to break it to you, but I haven't got any footage. I was too busy ringing all the time, which meant I couldn't actually get any footage for you. But I'm sure there will be some video of them online, and if not, when I go there next, I'll be sure to record them. That in mind, let's skip to tower number 5, our last tower of the day, the second tower of 5, at a place called Stanway. Again, way further out of Cheltenham than where we had lunch, but it meant we covered quite a wide area of places. And at this tower again, a ring of 5, but much more tuneful than the other set. They are in an upper ringing chamber, they're not a ground floor ring at all, and they were actually fairly easy to ring. They just required firm calls on the sally really, I think, because they did have a tendency to drop. But that's it. At this tower, I believe we hear some plain book doubles, a touch of, or maybe just a plain course. I think it is just a plain course actually. That's all the ringing we have today, and let's see how we got on at Stanway.
Okay, plain course, please. Okay, look 2. Treble's ready. Go plain course. Treble's gone. Playing by doubles. Stand!
If I let you gradually change that.
That is quite hard work.
Well, there we have it. The whole day on Saturday, the 11th of March, completed. Except it's not, because the day before, on the Friday, it was inset day. So that meant I could, along with the others, stay the night on Friday, so we didn't have to leave quite so early in the morning on the Saturday. As a result, we rang at the only tower in the area that practices on a Friday, at Badgeworth, and that video will be released later on, sometime soon. You'll see that in the schedules that I post all the time in the community tab, along with all the other videos that I plan to release in the future. From me, the Salty Train Spotter, at a delightful Ashburton Park on Thursday afternoon. I will see you in the next video, wherever that will be. See you there. Ta-ra. Bye-bye.